Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
Excuse me. Hey up, Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, not bad, mate. Not bad at all.
Cool. And for the people that's watching, we may have another guest popping on in a little while. We might let him in, we might not. It's how we're feeling.
We'll see in a bit.
Yeah, how's your week been then, Matt?
Quiet, mate. A bit quiet. But yeah, it's not been too bad. Quiet's always good.
It's absolutely.
No trouble is better than anything, mate.
Absolutely, yeah. Same here. Bit of a quiet week till yesterday, and then downloading a new bit of software. So testing that out yesterday, and just wrote a piece of music for it. So I'll get the video recorded tomorrow. It may go up tomorrow. I might leave it while Wednesday.
Yeah. Evening, Bunny.
Hello, Bunny. How you doing?
You say you got Lord of the Rings coming up as well, haven't you?
No, that went out last Wednesday.
That proves how up to date I am, isn't it?
You know, switch your notifications on.
That's the worst thing they are, mate.
Spam.
YouTube at the minute is
out everywhere.
YouTube is useless at the minute.
Oh, tell me about it.
The amount of shows you end up missing because of YouTube is unreal.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad, Bun. We're still breathing anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, for some people, we're still alive.
Yeah, some people will be disappointed in that, but never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah. No. Well, I don't say what it is. It's already been released. It's it's a new drum.
Yeah.
Drum software. New one by Yogatone. And it's not going to put any spoilers, but yeah, sounds pretty good.
Home studios now, it's getting crazy. It really is.
You can write and record a whole album at home these days.
You only got to look on YouTube. You know, I'm subscribed to quite a few people, and the music they're pushing out from a home studio that's probably cost them 3,000-4,000, which I say that like it's cheap. Well, you know, Evening Mike. I know it's not cheap, 3-4 grand to a lot of people, but compared to a professional studio, it's very cheap.
Well, it's like we said before with Bobby Torres' studio. Yeah. It's just basically a rehearsal room.
Yeah. Yeah, and look at the stuff that Bobby churns out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say churns out. That sounds really bad. But, you know, sorry, Bobby. But Bobby puts out and Bobby creates.
I mean, you know, put some absolutely amazing stuff out. And all he's got is a laptop and just basically a bigger audio interface. But I've got he's got a 16-channel interface, and I think he's got a second one that slaves into that one, and that's it.
Yeah, not bad, Mike. Not bad at all, mate.
Not bad, mate. So, I did see what you put up in Discord earlier. I'm sorry to hear that, bud. But you know where we are. If you need to bend somebody's ear, we can all set a private stream up.
Everybody needs a place to rant, mate.
Absolutely. Well, we do that plenty of times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, moan and groan.
Absolutely. And then we come on here every now and again to do it.
Yeah, and then we do it. Everyone else on it, yeah. I think home studios is. I saw something the other day. Somebody was talking. I can't think who it was now, but it was big musician, and they were on about it, and they felt that it took away from the professional musicians, which I didn't agree with that. I think it's amazing because some of the stuff you're getting from a home, a home sort of studio is really showing some talent. There's some real talent.
There's a lot of professional musicians. I've got a studio at their home.
Yeah.
Whether it be a setup similar to what most of us have got, or whether it's a full studio with a console, blah, 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 blah. They've still got some sort of home studio.
Bonnie, I haven't heard from Dave for about a month and a half. I've been messaging him, but I've not heard anything back from him. I don't honestly know at the moment. I keep messaging, and I'm not getting anything back. The only thing I can do, if he doesn't message me back soon, is probably message his daughter.
Yeah. No. I hope he's all right.
I hope he's all right. I can't give you can't really say. But we shall find out as soon as I shall let you know. So, I mean, it used to be the only musicians who had home studios were sort of people like Led Zeppelin and, the big bands.
Yeah, the really big.
Big ones.
But these days, and thing is, the software that you've got out there now, with amp sims and drum software, it's just as good as the real thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all
right, buddy, how you doing?
It wasn't long ago, was it, when Monmouthshire, down in Monmouthshire, the studio down there, they were selling off a lot of the desks.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, a lot of the old professional studios aren't there anymore.
Yeah,
a lot of them. I mean, even just in this area, I think you've got two or three up in Leeds, and a couple in Sheffield. And Sheffield had a lot more than that, just going back into the 90s.
Yeah.
Had a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah, I mean, there's still sort of some of the famous ones still out there,
Oh, yeah.
Abbey Road Studios, people like that are still there, but...
Yeah. Abbey Road, Slaughterhouse.
A lot of musicians now prefer to do their stuff at home.
Yeah.
Because they can get the results that are easily as good.
And even though musicians have got the ability to mix their own stuff, a lot of them aren't interested in it. So, because Bobby talks about this a lot. When he was in audio college, they were thinking, this was just at the start of the explosion of the home recording phase, if you will. And they were like, we're spending all this money in audio college. Are we going to be needed in 5-10 years' time? And here he is 20 years later, and he's still recording bands and mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
And that's why I've set my website up for that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the work Bobby's getting. He's inundated, isn't he, with work. He's absolutely...
What he told me is he's even booking bands for next year already. He's got a band booked in for a full album next year already.
It's nuts.
I think the studio itself is fully booked up till September.
Jesus Christ.
And actually, he's just released. It's actually his own band. They've just released, or they're just about to release, a 5-track EP. So, you can even get it on cassette. They're releasing it on CD and cassette.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
A cassette. Mind you, I'm just looking at my stereo, and I've still got a cassette deck sat there. I don't think I've used it for about 15 years.
Oh, I've still got a box full of cassettes in garage.
I've still got Iron Maiden, Iron Maiden, the original album, on cassette.
Yeah, I've got the. I think I've got the. I think I've got the first 8 or 9 on vinyl, plus a load of singles.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm rebuying a lot of stuff on vinyl now.
Yeah.
And CDs are actually coming back in as a format now.
They are. I mean, I never stopped using CDs.
Oh. And people went very much to digital form of media, and what people don't realise is the formats they're downloading in are probably 192 kilobytes a second, or 128 and stuff like that, and the quality isn't there.
Nah, quality there. Plus, even though when we're mixing, we're putting all these tape emulators and saturation in there, you're still not getting that same saturation as what you would through vinyl.
Yeah, nowhere near.
Nah.
As soon as you compress music, you take all the quality out.
Of course you do.
Well, they used to do it on vinyl as well. I mean, they used to pack on the tracks.
Yeah, I mean, we've said this before. All these audio people and audio engineers wanted the cleanest signal ever, and that's what we've got now with all these audio interfaces. And what do? We put saturation on top of it in tape emulators to dirty it all up, because that's the sound we want.
Yeah, it is. It is. The thing is, Bonnie, when you put them on your PC, what did you put them on as? Because that's the important bit.
Yeah.
What format did you rip them to the PC as? And most of my stuff now, the software I've got, I'm using, I'm putting them on as DDS files. So it's uncompressed, completely uncompressed. See, MP3 makes the file so much smaller.
Yeah.
Which is great for storage, don't get me wrong. But it takes away...
Yeah. Even compared to just WAV files, it's a big difference.
Try FLAC files if you're going to do anything.
Yeah.
FLAC files are really good if you do it as FLAC, because it doesn't compress. Just lately, I've got terrible with music and audio again. I've got real obsessed with audio stuff again. It's lethal.
I'm not going to apologise for that.
I'm not apologising. Okay. No, I refuse to. Everybody knows I've always listened to a lot of music, always will.
Yeah, same here.
Do that more than I watch telly.
Yeah. Well, for fucking drabble that's on telly.
Yeah, you have to convert to an IAF file. Yeah. I must admit, it depends on the Apple iPod. I still got one of the original 160 big ones.
My league now, I've never, apart from one phone, I've never had any Apple products.
I've still got the original old school iPod, the big one, and I love those because they've got their own built-in Burr Brown DAC in them, so the sound quality in them is much better.
Yeah.
You will hear a difference in audio files if you go up to complete lossless audio. You'll hear much more in there. You'll hear a more open sound stage if you're listening to it through high quality headphones or high quality speakers. The sound stage is better. It sounds like your sound stage is behind the speakers, if that makes sense. So you get a more open sound.
Yeah. That's all we've done for the last 5 weeks. Watch your murder trial.
Nothing wrong with that. I've been watching NCIS.
Yeah, we've been watching that one in America, that Alex murder trial, or Murdoch, whatever he wants to call himself.
Oh yeah.
But I've got to admit, it's funny because it's the trials in South Carolina. It's just like listening to a Burt Reynolds film. Oh, just listening to all that southern drawl. Brilliant.
You need a bit of southern rock on there, then.
Yeah. See, bit of Leonard Skinner playing in background.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect? It is in the south.
Oh, yeah. All the fucking lawyers know each other.
Is there strange blokes walking around in tall white pointy hats?
Not yet. But it won't be surprised me if there's one or two there.
The Ku Klux Klan have arrived.
Oh, shit, saying that. I was driving through town earlier when I dropped kids off, and I just looked out at the corner of my eye. I'm thinking, what the bloody hell's that? And all I could see were all these white pointy hoods. I'm thinking, what, really? Then I looked at it properly. What it was? You know, the market stalls, the temporary market stalls. It were them that had folded up, and obviously they've got white canopies. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh. I thought you was going to say we had the Ku Klux Klan here.
Yeah, well, I was like, what?
Oh.
You know, where you just see something out the corner of your eye, and it's like, shit, what?
I'm surprised we haven't got the KKK in this country yet.
Oh.
That's just what we need.
Them on one side and Antifa on the other.
Oh, God. Welcome to Barnsley, home of the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
God.
Oh.
It's all that racial hatred for just hate. There's no reason. It's just hate. It just make me laugh.
Underneath, we're all just blood and bones.
Yep.
You all end up in the same place.
Yeah, we do. I don't see a point in that racism.
Fucking life's too short as it is.
Yeah.
Without having to deal with all that BS.
Oh, God, yeah. There's no need for it. There's really. It's. Just don't need it.
You got any new albums in this week?
We've got the new Motorhead one.
Have you listened to it yet?
Oh, still sealed.
Mind you, I can't say, my 40th anniversary of Iron Fist is still sealed up.
Yeah.
Nice.
With the extra 2 songs on. Bullet to the Brain and Greedy Bastards.
Cool.
I like the fact that Greedy Bastards is basically Lem talking. about the world.
Yeah.
And what he says is so fucking true.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's got no reason to lie, has he? I'd have loved to have met Lemmy.
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard and what you see in the documentary, he'll talk to anybody, no matter whether they're this big a star or whether you're nobody.
Yeah.
Talk to everybody exactly the same.
Well, he was a normal bloke himself, wasn't he? So very normal. And most people in metal are, to be honest.
Yeah. I see you get the odd... he still is.
Always will be.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Most people in rock and metal are. But yeah, you've always got the arrogant ones, Lars Ulrich.
Yeah. Steven Tyler. There is a few that I'm not got a lot of time for.
Dave Mustaine, but that's because he's ginger.
Yeah. The Ninja Whinger. And everybody's favourite whinger, Sebastian Bach.
Oh, kiddo. Oh, bless him. He don't look good now, does he?
He looks like he's partially deflated, doesn't he?
Oh.
Be grateful that's all he stole off you, Bunny.
Well, yeah, exactly.
If he'd been a lot younger, he'd have probably stole something else. But we won't go
there. Yeah, we'll leave that subject well alone.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like Steven Tyler. I think the guy he has a good voice for certain songs. I really do, especially the earlier Aerosmith stuff. But he's one screwed up dude, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah. If you look at him now, he looks like somebody's fucking grandmother, doesn't he?
Yeah.
How'd you say that? What? Blackie Lawless does.
I was just going to say Blackie Lawless. He looks like your auntie that's trying to look 21, but is actually 61. And he does not look good. I mean, you've got the other member of, obviously, Wasp, Chris Holmes, who had an extremely rough life.
Oh, yes.
But Chris has sorted himself out.
Yes.
And I've always said Chris Holmes is a good guitarist.
He is.
I think Chris is... now he's got away from Blackie Lawless. He's got away from the drugs. He's vaping now.
Yeah. Well, he's away. He lives in France these days. He's away from all that LA scene.
He's just got away from all that. He's drinking. I mean, he used to drink like a bottle of vodka. He won like I don't know how many bottles of vodka he drank a day. But he was fucking.
He must have kept Smirnoff in business for years.
Yeah. Well, there's that video where he was lying in the pool for the interview, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he downed a bottle of vodka in the interview. Just downed it. I mean,
yeah. I know. He said in other interviews it was water, but no, that bottle was sealed.
Yeah, that was vodka.
Yeah.
How he's still alive, I have no idea.
Yeah, true. True, bud.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about that song.
Yeah. Yeah, we're off to see Chris in June.
That
Looking
should be a
forward
good.
to that.
That should be a really good gig with being Chris.
Yeah, just a small little gig in a pub in Blackpool. So yeah, why not?
I think that's about all Chris does now, isn't it? Small clubs, pubs.
Yeah, that's all he does. He does smaller venues, and then I think every now and again he does a festival.
Yeah.
And then
as far as I think Chris is the same age as Blackie, or maybe a little bit younger.
I think he's a little bit younger. I think he's 65 this year, because he's actually 65 while he's touring.
But I tell you what, Chris, all things being said, looks reasonably healthy. You know, he looks all right.
He looks better than Blackie.
That doesn't surprise me, Lisa, that he's not overcharging. He's I think Chris is a very down to earth guy. Yeah, he's all right.
He seemed to be on that because we watched that documentary, Mean Man.
Yeah,
it was a good documentary. That
I enjoyed that. That was worth watching. £16.50.
Yeah, £16.50.
See that?
And I think that would include it booking fee.
You can't bench it though.
Well, a couple of days after that got announced, Carcass tickets got announced as well, and they're only charging £25. I think it was £27 with booking fee.
See, I was listening to Carcass the other night, and I forgot how long Carcass have been going.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
1986, 85, 86.
I think 80, yeah. I think the first started in 85, and it was around about the end of 85, beginning of 86 that Bill got asked to join Napalm. So Carcass got put on the back burner for a little while. And the actual first Carcass album, I think, come out. Was it 80? Might have been back 87 or 88. Because they actually recorded the first album at the same studio that the first Napalm album was recorded down in Birmingham.
Yeah. I forgot to be honest, because I hadn't listened to any Carcass for quite a few years. And I started listening to a few albums the other night, some of them more up to date stuff.
Mm.
They not changed in a lot of ways, but
nice. They've still got that Carcass sound.
It's that same old Carcass sound, but they've come up to date in other ways.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean the riffs that they're coming up with. Definitely keep up with the modern bands, definitely. But no. I can't remember his name. The drummer, he's still involved in
Daniel.
writing.
Oh, it's Daniel something.
No, that's the new drummer. Yeah. I'll you in a minute.
Jesus Christ, Cathedral.
Oh, Cathedral. Yeah, I've seen them.
Oh, God, I've heard them for years. Now you're giving me another band to try and find. I'm going to have a listen later to Cathedral.
Ken Owen, that's the original drummer.
Ken Owen, yeah.
Yeah.
Cathedral, Jesus.
Yeah, I saw Cathedral on their first tour that they did for the first album, they were supporting Morbid Angel. That were a weird combination, because it was when Cathedral was still playing stuff at really one beat per every 100 minutes.
Yeah, I can remember Cathedral back then, and they were.
And then I saw them again in '91 on the Gods of Grind tour. So Cathedral, Confessor, which I'm not sure if they're still going. I think they still put albums out every now and again. Entombed and Carcass. That were a good night.
Yeah.
91. Bradford, St George's Hall. Oh, nice one.
Napalm. I remember seeing Napalm Death the first time I ever saw them. And it was in Birmingham. And I can't remember the name of the club now, but it was in Birmingham because I may have had a drink.
May have had a little tipple.
Just a little tipple. And I remember turning up for the Napalm Death gig. And Barney's obviously singing, and I came on, and it just literally melted your fucking face. It was just unbelievable. Napalm Death, full force.
Oh, fuck yeah! Well, we saw them
Unbelievable.
about a year or so before the pandemic hit in.
Yeah.
In Manchester. That were a good fucking show and all. So you got Lock Up, Briera, Napalm, and Power Trip. And Shane Embury from Napalm played in 3 bands that night. He did the full tour in 3 bands.
Like I told you before, I've got to sit down with Barney and actually have a drink with Barney. And I'll tell you what, Barney, absolutely, he's a strange person. You see him on stage, you think, fuck me, this is one angry bastard. Then when you sit down and actually have a drink with him, he's this just typical Brummie, just chilled out and a really nice bloke.
It's always the girls. It's always the girls.
You know, that's what Mike just said there. Last gig he went to see was Korn. I love Machine Head, but Korn I've never been a big fan of.
I'm a bit hit and miss with Korn.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them.
Some stuff I really like, and some stuff I'm a bit meh with. I couldn't understand why they got so big as what they did, but
don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here. I don't like them, so nobody else should like them. If you like them, yeah, great, awesome. Machine Head, I really like Machine Head.
Yeah, I've seen Machine Head a few times.
Korn, though, I just. Hey, you leave Barney's dad dance alone.
No wrong with a bit of dad dancing. That's all I do.
Barney's dad dance, yeah.
Korn I've seen once, but that were at Donington at Monsters of Rock.
If you said about that to Barney, he would absolutely wet himself fucking laughing. That's what.
Yeah, so I'm at Monsters when it was still Monsters of Rock.
Yeah,
we're on second stage.
That was before they had the trouble, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always been my thing, Mike. They're an acquired taste. It's like Freak Unreleased.
I like that song.
I do quite like that. I think that's a good track. But some of their other stuff I just find a little bit... It sort of doesn't hit what I'm looking for somewhere.
I mean, I've got to admit, some of his lyrics are fucking dark as hell.
Oh, yeah. Some of their early music was
Yeah.
very, very, very dark and, yeah. Like another band, Tool.
Yeah. That's another band I can't get into.
They're a strange band, aren't they,
I
Tool?
just can't get into them. I can, same again, I can understand why people like them, but I just can't get into them.
I think they've done some really, really interesting sort of subjects and tracks.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they've tackled has been like, you think, yeah, that's a bit, and it's been really good. But I can understand why there's some people out there who just no.
Yeah.
Disturbed is I like Disturbed when it was their early stuff. The first probably 2 albums.
Yeah, that's another band. A bit missed for me.
I think.
So, yeah, their Genesis cover I didn't mind, and the song that everybody likes I don't mind that, but the other stuff I just can't get into.
I mean, I was listening because I've got. I like Rage Against the Machine. You're on about political bands. Rage Against the Machine, very political band. And they brought up a lot of important facts.
Oh yeah,
you know.
I mean, do I agree with everything that they say? No,
I don't. Same with another band is Barney with Napalm Death.
Yeah,
Barney is very, very. He's a socialist. He's very much a political. Very political, but he don't push that on people.
No,
it's his opinion. The thing
is, he's willing to have a civil discussion with anybody about it.
If you agree with him, great. If you don't agree with him, okay. And that's.
Yeah, I'm saying for the industrial stuff, I'd rather listen to Ministry any day or Fear Factory.
Yeah. Although Al Jorgensen, he's not one of my favourite people. I think he's another one who can be a bit arrogant at times. But he's good at what he does.
Yes, I am disturbed. I admit that. I resemble that remark.
You do resemble that.
G'day, Stuart. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well.
Does that mean I need to talk about AC/DC now? Stuart's gone.
Angus.
Or if I'm not going to talk about that, I could say and talk about Rose Tattoo.
Rose Tattoo, Airborne.
Angry Anderson.
Yeah.
Whose son just died last year. Well, didn't die, he was killed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Watched thing on YouTube about it the other day. Really sad.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I do like Rose Tattoo, Angry Anderson. I think it's real talented bloke. Yeah, it was. It was tragic, Stuart.
Yeah.
Very tragic.
And then he went and spoiled it and did that thing for Neighbours.
Yeah. Yeah, Australia do have some kick-ass metal bands. You're not wrong, Mike. Rose Tattoo are just a typical like Aussie, what I see as an Aussie sort of pub rock band.
Yeah,
a band that you drink to and get fucking shit faced and
like the old, like the early Dr. Feelgood stuff.
Well, Lisa, technically, AC/DC are a Scottish band. Yeah. If Lisa's getting shot down. Well, no. Technically, there's at least 3 of the band were Scots. Therefore, they're British. Stuart's going to start throwing things in a minute.
Oh,
Kevin Wilson doing death metal. That'll be fucking hilarious.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, well, if Jim Carrey can do it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to going to see Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, I think that'd be
good night. That.
I think that'd be a really good gig.
Yeah. And plus, we being over in Blackpool, we thought, sod it, we'll book an hotel for the night. We can both have a drink.
Well, go and see that. Have a drink. Night there.
Yeah.
Back when you're ready.
Exactly.
Blackpool will be fucking dead at this time, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's June when we're going, so mind you, the pub's down at the south end, so all idiots will be up at north end.
Oh, that'd be too bad.
Yeah.
Mind you, Blackpool's not as busy as it used to be nowadays.
I don't think anywhere is it really?
Holiday places they're all dying, ain't they?
Yeah, they're all struggling. See, it's made somebody happy.
Yeah, basically.
There may have to be pictures to prove it. Either that or
Lisa drunk in bush.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh dear.
No gnomes were hurt in the making of this video.
Oh. No gnomes were taken to bed and given a big cuddle. Oh. Apart from a couple of people, everybody's going to go, what? Do it.
Oh.
Do it. Jamie C, how you doing, buddy? Are you well? You still trying your sorrows after Port Vale got hammered by Reds a couple of weeks back?
Only thing I know about Port Vale is Motorhead had a good concert there.
Yeah. That's everything you need to know about Port Vale.
What more do you need to know?
Yeah.
Gentle. Does he know who he's addressing?
Well, he's from Wales. What do you expect?
Says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's from Wales and he lives in the US.
He escaped.
He escaped the clutches of Darth.
No, nobody wants to be clutched by Darth.
Hey, where is Darth? He said he were coming in. Said he were going to watch. Where are you, Darth?
He probably is watching. He's probably just not talking, knowing him.
Well, hey, at least he knows he'll get talked to with you, not taking the piss out of.
Oh well,
yeah.
A little bit, but
a little bit.
He takes a piss out of himself worse than anybody.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the worst guitar player on YouTube.
Oh. Well, I can think of a couple worse. There's a new one in New York, you know.
Does he drive a Cadillac?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, bless him. God bless him alone sailing him.
All good banter.
Absolutely, Jamie. Absolutely. It's all banter on here. If you can't have a bit of banter, life's not worth living.
No, it's not.
How's the knee? Have you got a new brace yet?
Oh, I've got the new brace, mate. I've just got to get up and get using it.
Cool.
He's a non-guitar playing, used car salesman, NASA engineer.
Yeah. I'm an engineer, trust me.
Who's into furries.
Fluffies.
Well, it's everybody to their own.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a fetish.
Oh, Puddle of Fud. Puddle of Mud. Their lead singer. What a prize.
Fucking hell, yeah.
There's a man who overrated himself.
Oh, here he is. Here he is. He's here, look. Hey, brother. How you doing?
Hey up, Darth. Hope you're well.
The worst band I've seen, and it were a covers band, and it were a cover of a fucking Darkness band. There were a Darkness cover band, so they weren't off to a good start in first place.
If you were going to choose to cover a band, why would you choose a shit band in the first place?
Exactly. I like Chugs. How you doing, buddy?
I mean, I haven't got any words for that, really, mate.
They were bad. The guitar player kept hitting bum notes. The singer kept hitting bum notes.
It was accurate to the Darkness, then.
Yeah. Oh, a nice one, bud. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Bass player weren't up to it much. Only decent one in band, but drummer. She were all right. She were all right, but yeah. The rest of them.
I'm sure there are people out there who like the Darkness and Justin Hawking. Okay,
and this was the name of the cover band, The Dark Mess.
Handsome, yeah. Darth.
Do you want to go on the naughty step for 5 minutes?
Why have I got this weird feeling that Darth's got a big poster of like Justin Bieber on the wall behind him?
Well, and he goes up and snogs it every night, just before he goes to bed.
He's got his Justin Bieber pajamas.
I'm pleading the fifth on that one.
Oh yeah, that is a weird band, mate. Skindred.
Yeah, I'm not really listening to much of their stuff, but
I'll be honest with you, mate. It's nothing. No, I don't rate them.
Yeah, not missing out on much.
Nah, they're trying to be different.
Yeah,
which I suppose is a good thing, but. No wonder my head's sore. It's all them darts that you stuck in it, you little bastard.
That's it, yeah. He's stuck a voodoo spell on you. A Welsh druid spell. Oh dear.
Yeah, I must admit, on ragga metal.
Ragga, yeah.
I don't mind a bit of like Bob Marley, you know, proper bit of
proper bit of Reggie
bit
music.
of reggae. Yeah, I quite like a bit of reggae, but it just doesn't. No, it doesn't work for me. Has anybody else witnessed Justin Hawkins' channel where he criticises other musicians?
I think we've seen it once or twice, but it has only been once or twice.
Wow. Some of the people he's been like putting down, and he does put people down. It's like, yeah, you have no right, you know.
Who have you never heard of?
If you're on about Justin Hawking,
good. You're not missing much.
Yeah, let's keep it at that. Let's just, yes, don't bother. It would be like me criticising Tony Iommi's guitar playing. You know, no.
Or Billboard's drumming.
Yeah. Oh, he's basic, he is.
Yeah, he only plays basic stuff, does Billboard. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, what I don't understand is I've seen an interview Justin Hawkins' brother. He seems like quite a decent sort of lad.
By all accounts, his brother's supposed to be all right, but yeah, he's just a prick.
I suppose it's that thing of it's a way of keeping your sort of face in the public eye, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Sit there and slag off whoever, you know, famous people. It's easy to do.
Exactly. Hey, not wrong with dark parts. There's plenty around here.
Oh, a nice dark, moist part. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching him for a few years. He does some good stuff. I think he's a bit cheeky. I think he's a bit cheeky when he claims the money off your videos that you've done, with including his music, when you've already paid for the music in the first place. But yeah, whatever. That's why I've only ever done a couple of covers. Yeah, I have. We saw Frog Leap Band as well. Actually, in the same pub that we saw Napalm Death.
Yeah, I quite like Leo and what he does.
Yeah.
I think he, you like to say, is. I know it's to make money, but I think maybe he's a little bit greedy at times.
At times, yeah, I think with that.
But then it is a business, I suppose. I don't know.
Well, like you say, I can see both sides of it, but when it's like a small YouTuber that's making pennies off a video,
yeah,
it's like, meh.
Seems a bit childish in my eyes, but. In Dudley.
Oh, you want to come and see us up in Yorkshire? It's dark up here, son. Especially in the Wizard's Lair.
It's always dark and moist.
Well, true. Now I weren't making any money originally because I'd not got 1,000 subs.
Why did I just read? From what I just read, it was from pre-monetization, and I looked at it as molestation. Seriously, I need help. Yeah, 2.2k now, guys.
Well, before the stream, I was about 4 off 2.2k. Hey, let us know when you come over. We can always meet up if you're going to do the coast trip.
It's now down to 1.5 after this video.
Yeah. Oh, get off. I need that. Have a look.
I mean, 2.2k the channel is growing.
Yeah.
It's doing well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's still just short of 2.2, but yeah, it'll get there in the next couple of days.
Be nice to get it up to 3,000 eventually.
Yeah. I reckon by end of the year I'll be 2.6. I reckon by end of the year.
Yeah. It's growing steadily.
Yeah, and that's what you want. I mean, like we mentioned the Cadillac car salesman. You don't do it by buying subs.
Never. I'd
rather grow slowly and not it's all organic.
Well, it means the people that are, I mean, all right, you're going to have a few dead people, dead, not literally dead.
Yeah.
A few dead subs, as in that have subbed to you but don't necessarily watch. But it means that most of the people that are subbed to you will watch your videos, which is what you want.
Exactly. Well, what they're rating on average, they're rating per video, you roughly get 10% of your sub count watching each video. Now, I get that because some people are interested in the mixing side of stuff. Some people are interested in just in the songs. Some just into the software side of things. And some are into pedals and guitar demos.
Yeah. Everybody's got different sort of interests.
Yeah.
So,
what I've always said is I like to have a laugh with it.
Yeah.
I don't take myself too seriously. I enjoy doing it, as you know. And I think most of the people in chat know. I absolutely love making music. Yeah, my music's not to everybody's taste. I get that. But essentially, when I write a song, riff, whatever, it's got to be a riff that I like. If I don't like it, I won't put it out.
Oh, it's got to be. It's the channel's got to be. It's like we said the other week. It's also that. What's the point in doing a channel if you're not going to enjoy doing what you're doing?
Exactly. I mean, when I was thinking about starting the channel up, I did teeter with the idea of doing a vape channel, and now I'm glad I didn't, because vape is just something I do.
I mean, yeah, I'm vaping. You're vaping. I'm vaping, but we're not talking about vaping on here. And
no,
just because a lot of the people in here, they don't vape or they're not interested. And those that are in here who are vapers, people like Mike, you are, Lisa is, Darth is,
Bunny.
Obviously Bunny is. I've been vaping donkey's years.
Yeah.
So what? I think that it's vaping channels now. Reviewing is pretty much a dead thing.
It's dying a slow death.
The live sort of chat, the live shows people get more in, but half the time in a live show, people don't want to talk about the vaping.
Yeah.
Yeah, more. No, it's not. I'm glad you didn't. Your bank balance is glad you didn't. You mean, Mike? It's like I haven't bought anything vaping wise for, well, apart from some more e-liquid, but I haven't bought anything actual hardware. Probably 3 months or more.
Yeah,
because everything I've got, I'm happy with. It does what I want.
yeah,
I'm quite happy. So what's the fucking point?
yeah. I think that was the last big purchase I got. Was the Hadron 250C.
I mean, I've got mine. You know, obviously it's there, and I'm quite happy with stuff I've got.
And I got that at Expo last year.
And I think there's a lot of people out. I think Mike the other week, I saw that. I saw that. That's nice. That SQ217, Mike. That looks pretty sexy. That.
Yeah.
There probably will be something come up at some point that I'll look at and think, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
But I looked at the new Death Wish mod that's coming out. Sorry to bore anyone that's not into vaping. The new Death Wish Mac mod that's coming out, and I looked and I thought, yeah. It was one of those. Nah.
Yeah, I looked at a dripper the other day because it was cheap. I think the company that's done it, I think they used to work for Death Wish, but I think it was a 13 dripper.
Oh, the Arkham.
Yeah. And then I watched a couple of reviews and they didn't rate it, so I thought, nah, not bother then.
I didn't like the design of it, to be honest, Mike. You'll have to let me know what you think of it, because we're very similar styles of when it comes to Macs. But I wouldn't say I've lost interest in vaping. I'd just say
you're just stepping back a bit, aren't you?
I'm finding other interests. I'd say I'm enjoying doing stuff like this where we can talk about music. You know, we've talked about music. We're talking about the other side, which I don't understand, all the mixing side. Obviously, that's beyond me. I know sort of some, but that interests me. You know, when you talk to like Brian, people like Brian, who know a lot about that side of things. It's interesting to listen to people like
that. I've really got into the mixing side of things, especially since I started the channel. But last sort of 2.5, 3 years, I've really got into it.
Yeah,
and I'm going to blow my own trumpet here. I think you can tell.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, you've listened to a lot of my recent mixes.
Yeah.
And I think
no, they've come on. They've definitely. Yeah. You can tell that it's changed. You can tell. You see where the changes are.
Yeah.
You really can.
Bobby said that. He says he can tell a big difference, especially in the last 12 to 18 months. There's a Discord group I'm in. Scott from Chernobyl Studios, he runs a Discord, and they run a monthly mix competition. I've entered a couple of them, and the one that was last month's, the only bits that they could criticise really was just on a personal preference. You weren't like, oh, this is bad, that's bad. It were the only thing the guy who originally mixed it, only thing he said was the snare sound that I'd had wasn't to his liking, and some of the delay throws that I put in on the singer's vocals, he wasn't keen on. So to me, that's just personal preference.
It is, yeah. That I mean, that it's a good thing to have that criticism.
Yeah.
You know, That's how you learn.
Exactly. I mean, I've not got a problem with anybody's if it's genuine criticism compared to somebody just saying, "Oh, that's shit." They're just not worth listening to.
It also depends who's who says it. If it's somebody who is a mix of themselves, like somebody like Bobby, then you're going to get their opinion and know that they've got a lot of knowledge behind that opinion.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, he was in audio school for about 3 or 4 years, and then he did an internship. That was about 15 years ago. He started his internship, and I think he did that for about 2 or 3 years, and then he started his own business up, started his own studio. Yeah. Oh, I know about that because Scott were in Kiev as well, from Chernobyl. Well, that's why he called it Chernobyl, because we were in Kiev.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's I think he's in Poland at the minute.
Yeah. Bon Jovi, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring that.
Honest to God. Yeah, you're not wrong, Mike. There's a difference between criticism and constructive criticism.
Correct. And I'm not got a problem with anybody being constructive. Never have. Never had a problem with that.
Yeah.
And yet, yes, Mike, now I've got a couple of guitars recently restrung, so that song is getting recorded very shortly in the next few weeks. So I've got a couple of videos out the way and got some spare time. Yeah, I've been messing about with the different amp sounds, and I think I've got an amp sound that I really like for that song. That sort of old school Marshall-y type sound.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Hey, whoa, you steady, you Darth, listening to a bit of Skid Row. It's a bit heavy for you, that, and it's on.
He was listening to it, or he's going to end up on it.
Both.
Yeah, Skid Row. You know.
Yeah. I've not listened to any of the recent stuff, but first album, yeah, for me. But then again, a lot of it was written by the Bon Jovi guys.
Yeah.
The second album, Slave to the Grind, I did like that, but that was more of Skid Row themselves.
At this rate, Darth will be listening to like Poison next.
Oh Christ! No, please, not Poison. Oh, I think we need to get Darth into Napalm and Carcass.
Corpse Grinder.
Yeah.
Infant Annihilator. There's a band for you, Darth.
Oh no, I'm not going to say that band, but AC.
Go look up Infant Annihilator, and the song that you want. Actually, no, but
no, you better. No, you better not.
The second word's Crusher.
Yeah, well, the amps I'm playing about with at the minute, it's actually based on the Marshall Jubilee series, the silver ones. Oh,
you mean Motley Crue were having another one of their fallouts?
Motley Crue was the first gig I ever went to. Back in 86. Yeah, 86. And the support band were Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick. Yeah.
Oh, see, Darth knows it. AC.
Yeah.
Seth Putnam. He were a character. And then I redeemed myself later that year and went to see Maiden.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Time tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, more fire.
Seen that.
The thing is, Motley Crue did do some good stuff. But it was touch and go with them.
Yeah, out of them sort of LA glam bands, they were definitely one of the better ones, shall we say. But
I mean,
then again, I've said this numerous times, I was never really into that glam stuff anyway.
Hair metal.
Yeah. It's not for me. And then a year or so later, Metallica came out, like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, we had bands like Rat.
Yeah, got to admit, yeah. I mean,
yeah, does feel good.
I mean, Rat weren't my type of band, but they did have a couple of good guitar players.
Darth, we're not on about your Pornhub favourites.
I bet he's got that on replay.
He wore the videotape out. It snapped.
Oh dear. Right, I'll be back in a second. Just going to grab a drink.
Do you know, Stuart, there's been so many lead singers that have done that, mate. Axl Rose was another one. He did it countless times, stormed off the stage like a 3-year-old. Yeah. Dokken. I love Guns N' Roses early albums, but Guns N' Roses gradually got worse and worse. Axl Rose just gradually got worse and worse and worse and worse. What you mean when the DVD player wouldn't quite freeze it properly so it would jump a bit? Or getting your free 10 minutes, Darth. Getting your free 10 minutes at 12 o'clock.
What, you mean Dog of the Day?
Yeah, Dog of the Day. I was just saying about Guns N' Roses. I remember when we were at Monsters of Rock, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, in 88.
Yeah, and I really loved Guns N' Roses. That Appetite for Destruction.
First album, yeah.
Great, real. It had that sort of AC/DC feel, bit of the sort of Motorhead type, real rocking out, balls to the wall, great rock album. But then eventually they got to this point where you had Axl Rose bitching at everybody else, and then everybody was doing drugs. You had Slash was constantly pissed
and stoned.
He got told to quit drinking by fucking Lemmy, and when Lemmy tells you that you're drinking too much, there's something fucking wrong. You know. If you get an intervention by Lemmy saying, "I think you're drinking too much," that's at that point you've got to sit there and go, "Oh fuck,
yeah,
maybe I should quit."
Yeah, maybe it's time to calm it down a touch. Bless him.
Yeah, I suppose over the years there's been a lot of bands very similar, and it's usually down.
It's fucking good.
It's usually down to lead singers.
Oh yeah.
It's always lead singers.
It's always the singer.
I know a lot of people in here won't be big Floyd fans, but all of the drama that's going, I love Pink Floyd, right? And that, again, is a very much a subjective thing. Some people do, some people don't. Big Floyd fan, always have been, for their music. But all of the drama that is going on between them two at the minute and his wife getting involved,
it's not needed, is it? Fair enough if they don't get on, just don't speak to each other.
And you see it in all the media stuff, and you've got to be in one camp or the other. It's this, you're either, in Waters' camp or you're in Gilmore's camp. Look, I listen to Pink Floyd because I love their music. That's me personally. I don't give a shit. It's fucking in. It's the same with Axl Rose thing. It was all these arguments between him and Slash, and then him and Duff McKagan, and you think,
well, I mean, we're saying it back in the 80s. Well, people would either be Metallica or Megadeth fans. I like them both.
You see, I've got no. I mean, if somebody loves Floyd, great. I mean, Lisa never got into Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
That's cool. Other people are really, they're a big fan of it. You're a big fan of the music. This is what I'm saying, Jamie, is you're a big fan. But what irritates me is that it goes away from the music.
Cool.
And it ends up as this pathetic argument.
We've got an invader.
We've got an invader.
All right, Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing? What's going on there?
Good. I'm moaning is what's happening, Brian.
I'm
moaning.
Why?
Whinging.
I'm moaning about the Pink Floyd drama.
I don't know anything about this.
No, I don't. Well,
that's the best place to be.
Yeah, that's the best place to be.
See who's that? Hey, what's up, Michael? I see Michael in here. Darth Gamer. There's a few people here. I had to check the other box there. I was like, wait, where's all the chatting and stuff going on? So, yeah, figure I'd pop in for a few minutes, a bit on the busy side here. So, figured I would hang out.
He's trying to make out he's busy, but I'm not 100% sure.
I got to finish packing to fly. I got to get up at 4 a.m. So, flying out in the morning. So, yeah, I'm pretty busy.
No
stamina. Not that bad.
No stamina of these young'uns.
Stubborn. Yeah, stubborn and getting stuff done, you mean. But hey, I still came by your live stream.
Absolutely.
It's not like I made an excuse. Oh, I can't. My uncle's hamster's coming to town or something. Something. I didn't make that up. I wish I did. I saw it in a meme once and I forgot it. I don't know who Darth Gamer is, but thank you very much, man.
He's one of our friends.
Sweet, I appreciate it.
He's a good guy, Darth.
That Lord of the Rifts turned out really good. I really like that from start to finish.
Yeah, everybody did that. Absolutely amazing.
And you cannot say not except you. I don't agree. You still did good.
Except me.
Yeah, you can't say that. I don't agree.
And the guest that Roy had on his.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like thinking, wait, Lee was the guest on that one. It's cool. I like Royce. I thought Royce turned out pretty good. Overall, that was a great video.
This is why I like doing them. Just seeing how everybody interprets the drums totally differently and comes up with different ideas.
It is fun. I haven't done one of those in a while. Fun enough. One of the last, I think I did the riff battle. I did one with drums, and I had a drummer named Mark Eisner, and he's from a band called Where Giants Once Stood. They're a local band from Nova Scotia as well. Yeah. I actually got to meet him a few weeks ago. I went to one of their shows. Awesome guy to hang out with. It was super fun. They were the opening act for a band called Dally Van Gogh. They were going to be touring over in Europe, so they were trying to raise some money and do that. I think Dally Van Gogh might be like half at least known somewheres in industry, but they're a local band. But it was nice to go see some bands that they were local bands that didn't sound like local bands. So that was, you know what I mean? There's always this thought of the local band. I liked Eric's riff too. Yeah, I agree. I thought that was different. It was really great.
Very Suno influenced.
The thing is, Eric is underrated. Eric always turns out really good stuff.
Oh, Eric puts out some banging stuff. Absolutely banging.
And good tones too.
Yeah.
He always has awesome tone. That's one thing I've noticed.
I mean, for mine, I went down the sort of not trying to copy, but trying to, if you will, emulate the sort of Sabbath feel.
And it definitely had the Sabbath sound to it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I were after. That very early Sabbathy sound. Anyway,
that was still my first metal band that I ever heard too. Was that? So I remember Dad was playing it on. He has the Paranoid vinyl. I don't mean a reissue. Like this is, a vinyl. It probably was only maybe 20 some years old at the time.
Yeah,
and I know I'm a little younger, but still, this is the 90s. And I remember running down to my tape player. I think it was on the radios. I had an AM FM radio, and it's like, oh wait, this isn't on the radio. What the hell's this? I thought he was playing the radio, but he wasn't.
He is.
Keep in mind, I was like 7 or 8, somewhere like that. So I wasn't the smartest child in the world, but I was smart enough to like Black Sabbath.
Absolutely. Yeah, Eric is very underrated.
I agree. And I see we were talking about Pat in there too, and Pat did an awesome job. And Michael started off good. Michael, every time I hear Michael play, I'm just like, I can tell his influences are Keith Merrow and like Nevermore.
Yeah.
Like Jeff Loomis, Nevermore.
Definitely that influence in there, yeah.
I love that though. Those are like the best in metal in the last 20 years. Nevermore, I think, started in the 90s, but they were a 7-string band, I think, from 2000 on to whenever they disappeared. Did you like that band? Was that a band any of you guys were into?
I've not really listened to it. I keep meaning to have a listen to some of their stuff.
I've listened to Nevermore, yeah.
I've not really listened to a lot of their stuff, and I keep meaning to, because I know the lead singer used to be in Sanctuary. Yeah. Sanctuary. And I did actually go and see Sanctuary once. They were supporting Megadeth, and they actually blew Megadeth off at stage.
Oh man, okay. Sanctuary is not a band you hear a ton about at this point, because like it's long gone. Jeff Loomis.
I've got that album on cassette actually, first album.
Yeah, Into the Mirror Black.
No, Sanctuary Denied.
Okay, yeah. Because they had another one. It had a song Future Tense on it.
Yeah,
and it's funny because the lyrics are so dated. It's like, what will the 90s hold? Kind of deal going on. Like,
yeah,
it's like saying about like the 90s coming up. So it was clearly written in the late 80s, and now the 90s are like 30 years ago.
Oh, are you feeling old yet, Brian?
So once in a while, I'm just like, come on, it wasn't that long ago. And then I'm like, 2008 wasn't that long ago. I'm like, wait, 2008 was 15 years ago. So that's kind of, I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's super cool. I had tickets to see Nevermore at one point, and they broke up on the tour, and I never got to see Nevermore. Yeah. That was in 2011, I think. It's the last year they were around. We were going to drive to Toronto, a few of us were, and we were going to go see them.
Well, luckily we got to see Arch Enemy back in the last year with Jeff Loomis.
Nice.
That was an awesome gig again.
Yeah.
So you got Jeff Loomis and Mike Mott on the same stage. Yes.
They're a pro band. Now I like some Arch Enemy songs. I think they have some like really like wicked anthems out there too. I don't know why there's one I can't. Nemesis. I just have to play the song in my head for a second. I'm just like, we are one Nemesis. That's so good. But I actually have to say I prefer a lot of Nevermore music over Arch Enemy, and Carcass. Actually, I think Carcass for like Arch Enemy is amazing, but I really do like some of that Carcass stuff.
Well, we were on about Carcass earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
Saying that Matt was saying he didn't realise that they've been around so long.
They've been around quite some time, and their first iteration was not like the melodic metal that they kind of helped create later. They were more like gore grind or something.
Yeah, they called it.
I don't really know.
The press called it gore grind, but the band themselves just called it death metal.
Yeah, and they had all that like weird like veterinary themed kind of things. Corporal Jigsaw Quandary or something. Don't ask me. I probably got the name messed up.
Yeah, Corporal Jigsaw Quandary and Incarnated Solvent Abuse, Exhume to Consume.
Yeah.
But some of those songs were cool though. Still, and then there was Keep on Rotting in the Free World, which was I liked that song. That was cool. I forget what that album was called. It had a name. It was a catchy name.
Carcass were one of the support bands for Arch Enemy, and you could tell that they're having a lot more fun on stage now than what they were back in the day before they originally split up. They're having a lot more fun.
They don't care, do they?
No,
not anymore. They're just doing it for fun. Out.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Who knows if that's their main job anymore? That might be just like a side thing for them at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I know Bill still keeps doing. He still keeps doing the odd gigs with a band called Gentleman's Pistol.
Okay.
And
that's his side project, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of his side projects, and I think he does odd gigs with an old British, new wave of British metal band, Angel Witch.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean, Angel Witch.
Yeah, he's done a few gigs with them recently. Since Carcass restarted up, he's not doing the Firebird stuff anymore, which is a shame because I quite dug some of that. It was more sort of 70s hard rock feel to it rather than extreme metal. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. And Bill actually played harmonica on some of them songs as well.
So one of the things that would have been really awesome about this Nevermore gig I was supposed to see, I think if I remember correctly, it was a dual headliner, but the other headliner was Symphony X.
Symphony X, Jesus, that's one for teenagers.
Yeah, I don't think teenagers know Symphony X anymore. Nah. Symphony X, I think the original lineup was going to be Nevermore, Symphony X, Soilwork, Power Glove. Do you know Power Glove?
No, that's not a band I've come under.
They're kind of like a metal, played a lot of like kind of video game kind of metal. I know they had a song, Tony from Sonata Arctica. It was the Pokemon theme, and there was a really wicked sounding lineup. And then I think Soilwork had to back out. We're like, well, we're still in, but then when Nevermore broke up, we just said, screw it, we're gonna get our money back.
Yeah,
that would have been such a sick band.
That Arch Enemy we went to last year was double headliner with Behemoth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you got Carcass, Arch Enemy, and Behemoth on the same stage. Oh yes, love a bit of that.
That was a wicked show. I know I told you I've been going to see Metallica and Pantera summer coming up. So we're pushing the point where it's 5 months away. Not quite around the corner, but I'm not going to rush my time. I enjoy doing other things too.
Absolutely.
It'll show up when it shows up.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. Like I said earlier, we've got tickets. Well, we're going to see Carcass again in a couple of months, and then a month after that, we're going to see Chris Holmes. You know, the ex-Wasp guitarist.
Who's what guitarist did you say?
Wasp, Chris Holmes.
Wasp. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, who am I? Who's Chris Holmes? I'm like trying to. I can't think of who
Chris Holmes, the big 6'7" blonde guy.
Yeah, I don't know much about
Jackson Rhodes.
Don't know much about that dude. I only know Fuck Like Beast and
he played on
song I did Wild Child. That was like how I think Alexi Laiho called himself because of that song.
Yeah.
You know, his guitars, his old Jacksons used to say Wild Child. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. Yeah, don't dare me. I'm 8 cans in. Somebody's drinking tonight.
He's always drinking. We keep warning him, but then again, he only drinks Foster's.
Foster's. They sell that here too. I'm pretty sure you can go to the liquor store and find that pretty easily. I don't know if I've ever had Foster's.
You're not missing anything.
It's not worth it.
No.
You ever hear of that one called Fax?
Fax, yeah.
Okay, so they have that. I'm pretty sure that's 10%. Ugh.
Yeah, I've got a can of that downstairs. It's in a half-liter can as well.
Oh yeah, they're never small cans. In Montreal, Quebec, there's this a beer you can get here. It's called Labatt Blue. It's not that great. Up there, they sell these extra big bottles of 10% blue. You don't buy that as a casual drink.
No.
You were getting absolutely wrecked from that drink. I don't think I need that. See, everybody's judging the Fosters here. That's not. Let's not judge too much. If he's having a good time, the thing is, you just got to own what you're into or what you're drinking. It's like somebody doesn't like your your water with strawberry in it. Yeah. It's like they'd be like, oh, it's super lame. It's like I don't care.
I'm drinking some Oakston.
I never saw that one before.
Yeah. Jeremy Clarkson.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's
it. Lager. And it's not bad, actually. It's not bad. Or as Jeremy says, it's fucking great.
I see that our work dinner on Monday night is at some brewery in downtown Ottawa. And I was like, this not drinking streak might have to stop for a night. We'll see how it goes. See, I don't have to worry about it, but I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't need it right now. So I don't drink much to begin with anyway, but still, might change that up a little bit. So we'll see what the vibe is of the night is.
Well, the thing is, if you enjoy a drink, just have one every now and again. That's fine.
Yeah, that works out perfectly fine. Exactly. Yeah. I was given a bottle of wine a few weeks ago, but it was just bottled the same day, so I'm going to let it fester for a month or so. You
want to let it mature for a while.
Yeah. Just forget about it for a little bit. You guys, do they sell Colt 45 over there?
Maybe.
Yeah. I know they used to at one bit, but
I think you might in an off license. You
might get it in certain shops, but it's not readily available.
It's not something you want, by the way. Yeah. It's like it's dirty like malt liquor.
Yeah,
and it's like a big bottle. Colt 45 is trash.
If Michael says it's trash, I believe him.
Oh no, it is legitimately trash. I remember I had it once. I can't drink it again. But one bottle, I was pretty young, early 20s, maybe like 21 or something.
Well, you've got to try things out, see what you like.
Yeah, so I had the whole bottle, and I was getting, pretty wrecked from this stuff. And at some point, I don't know why, Zach, he decided to put on a Justin Bieber song. And he held me down and made me listen to this song. And I started, and I was drunk. I was so drunk and I started yelling "heathens" as loud as I could through like the whole house. I don't know why. I was just like "heathens." There was a flip phone video. It's probably lost into the void at this point. It'd be funny if it still existed. I know the quality of it's probably like potato if it does exist. But anyway, I was just yelling like "heathens" as loud as I could. I think I probably drowned the song out by just doing that alone.
Somebody found it funny.
Yeah. I didn't find it funny the next day so much. It was a rough night and a rough next morning.
Don't matter how much I drink, I can mix my drinks and I never get an hangover.
Yeah, this one was just straight up just puke.
I've puked a few times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this was definitely one of those times. I still remember we were driving to McDonald's. Somebody was driving, and I was like, "Wow, it's like a roller coaster ride." It was like I was going up and down. That says it all right there. That's gotta go. I think I tried to sit in one of the kiddie seats at the time too. The one with the McDonald's characters on it. It's like the big purple Grimace, like the purple, like my lighting. It's like Grimace purple lights. Stuff. Yeah, that was never. Don't do Colt 45. Never again.
Yeah. But when I've had a few drinks, I just fall asleep in care normally.
The only thing I'd recommend less is meth.
Yeah. Meth and heroin.
Yeah, and then throw Colt 45 in there. It is pretty gross. I say that jokingly. Don't use, but you can do a lot better than Colt. There's
Oh, definitely.
Do you have any of those like really cheap beers over there that are just absolutely vile, but people still buy them all the time?
Yeah.
What are some of the names?
Foster's.
Always Foster. I thought that was Australian.
It is, but people don't. Yeah. The thing is, Australians don't drink it.
It's just people who want to think their experience in Australia, so they go buy a can of it.
Yeah.
Maybe they buy it for the can. Who knows? White Lightning and Black Sambuca. Oh, White Lightning, isn't that what they make in prisons?
No, you're thinking that's moonshine. Our version of White Lightning is cider.
A very, very strong cider.
I would sooner drink moonshine.
Yeah.
Than White Lightning.
I'd rather drink mead than drink fucking White Lightning.
And Black Sambuca, I'm gonna guess, tastes like black licorice.
Yes.
Something about. I'm pretty sure now I mentioned it. Was Peter around tonight? Did Peter make it around?
Peter.
I tried a. Somebody gave me a shot of. It was this Danish liquor, tasted like black licorice. And it was kind of good.
Some Aldi stuff is nasty. Some of it's actually quite nice.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. Let's see. Worst beer we get here is that cheap, nasty French crap. It's 4%, but of what we don't know.
French.
I love it. So it's just literally like, that's like Les Piss 4%.
Yeah. Well, you got to say, Stella Artois.
Yeah. I know Stella Artois. Yeah, we have that. Yeah.
Cannot stand it.
Otherwise known as wife beater.
Wife beater. Carlsberg. Terrible. Anything made by Carlsberg is crap.
Yeah.
I know Carlsberg. I know that name. We have Michael probably know what I'm talking about. Bush Light or Bush. I think it's just called Bush.
Yeah.
It is
Scouts, how you doing, buddy?
Waiting for Michael to be in the chat. Michael's to join the stream. That would be amazing.
Hey, he's more than welcome to join if he's about.
Yeah. Every country has like cheap beers.
Yeah. Cheap, nasty ales. Yeah.
Bush ain't that bad at all. There's one that's local to here. It's called Schooner, and it's pretty bad. We have, you know how what's that one? Pabst Blue Ribbon, PBR.
Yeah.
That's like the thrash metal beer. That's the thrash metal beer. But we have a local one that's really the thrash metal beer. In my mind, it's called Olin's. It doesn't need advertisements. It's just gonna sell anyway. You don't have to try.
Oh, Jesus. Tenant Super.
Oh,
Jesus, Mike.
As a kid, I used to drink it with Tenant Super. I do not know what that is, but it sounds like it must be terrible.
Oh, it's a Scottish lager. And yeah.
Tenant Super. Ooh.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, Castlemaine 4X.
No, 4X, yeah.
Korea, when I lived there, they had their mix of crappy beers too.
Yeah.
There was like these ones. One of the popular ones was called Cass. I'll call it drinkable. I'm not going to call it good. It was drinkable.
Yeah.
There was one called OB, which was a hair better. But then I remember there was one called Max, and that was it might as well just been fucking piss. It was terrible. It probably was like, taken from like sewer water, like just complete, like, I don't know. It was just, it was probably it might have been the equivalent of Le Piss for the one we were talking about earlier, the French one. I didn't know. 4% of what we don't know. I love that line. That's great. It's just, it was pretty bad. I had a North Korean one once. I went on the DMZ tour, and that's the only time you ever really hear me see Z is because I'm Canadian, so I say Z. But it's the demilitarized zone, and one of the things of the tour that they had people who had brought in beer from North Korea. You had to pay $10 for something that was probably worth cents there because it's so impoverished and stuff. And you know what? Honestly, I've had worse local beers. That's just like a bad batch of Alexander Keith's. I'm telling you, a bad batch of Alexander Keith's from Nova Scotia is just, it's so bad. Well, no, dragon soup. What's dragon soup?
I've heard of it.
I don't know. What is it?
It's lethal, that stuff.
It doesn't sound very appealing.
Lapland Cuda, that was actually really nice. Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Mikey Haynes, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, buddy.
I'm dour now.
Well,
it's okay. I forgive him.
Your glasses on.
An alternate.
Put your readers on, Mike.
Yeah,
there was one Halloween party that we went to, and I got laced with some absinthe.
How was that?
Oh,
you became the evil wizard that night.
Yeah, I think that was the night that turned me into the evil wizard.
It wasn't just acting at that point. You were like probably dressed in the hat, the cape, the whole works, pondering your orb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plotting my plans against Corey.
It's okay, Mike. I have things. My phone's always telling me I'm telling people that I'm ducking something.
Hey, don't worry. He's been called worse.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. You know what if we buy a signature disgusting drink, it'd be like the thing. It'd be like a shot of some sort of liquor with another part of maple syrup and then Skittles. We fucking
I've got the perfect drink for Brian then.
What's that?
Pernod and Black.
Oh, Jesus, Pernod.
What's that?
Pernod is aniseed liquor with blackcurrant. It's fine when you drink it. It's not so good
if you only have one or two, yeah.
But if you get pissed on it, oh my God.
Oh, it's gotta be something.
Or blackcurrant and rum.
I'm just reading the other things. Like, let's see. Last time I went camping on Dartmoor, I found a pub that did homebrew cider. I asked the percent, and they said, we don't know. Had 2 pints, was flat my back. Yeah. There was one. I only had a quick sip of it. I didn't have enough for it to do anything. But it was called Schmeed. This guy, I'm not going to name any names whatsoever, but they would go find some sort of wild mushroom, and they would mix weed and make this, and it would be mead, weed, and shrooms. It weirdly didn't taste that bad, but apparently
you will go out drinking with a certain person.
will go drinking with a certain person?
Yeah. Has it gone? There it is.
Oh, it's intense. Eating hot dogs and onions when drinking. Oh, that'd be horrible. I'm pretty sure I got drunk after eating a bunch of clams and threw those up. Yeah, that happened to me like 9-10 years ago. It was my birthday and went out to this place. I was going to school in this like little rural place, and we went to one of the local places, which was a good spot. It was called, I forget what it was called. It was some train themed place. And anyway, I got off the rails. Yes, I made that joke. Anyway, I was there, and I don't know why. It was the most random shit that happened. The night it was 2 of our birthdays, so like a bunch of us from class went, and it was belly dancing night. The most random shit that was happening at this place. Anyway, what was her name? I don't know what we're talking about. But anyway, I remember I was facing the other way. I didn't really see them. And of course, I got drinking. I just didn't shut up. So I was probably just fucking destroying the whole show. And then what was this thing? There was something that these guys, they had. I don't remember what it was. It's called Getting Iced. I think it's a fairly popular thing. And Getting Iced meant it was something along the lines of you had to get down on one knee and drink a whole bottle of Smirnoff Ice with the other person. Like they would face each other and see who could drink it the fastest. Oh man, that was another one of those roller coaster rides home, and another night of just. I remember showed up at the landlord's place. I remember watching. I think I was watching The Mask, just completely wasted with them. And anyway, that was brutal. Don't eat clams and get like super drunk. That's a terrible idea.
How you doing, buddy?
Anyway, yeah, there's a piece of life advice. Don't eat clams and then get puking drunk. It's just not going to go good.
Nah,
I could ramp this conversation up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
That's what we need to do.
So clams really like they give you like real hard poop. The problem is when you like you're drinking, you think, well, maybe this will counterbalance shit out, but not when it comes out this end, and you just wasted your time. This is the crap. This is what happens bring me on a stream. These are the. I went a roller coaster. I near shit myself, literally. Oh, dude, I don't even tell my roller coaster story. It's not horrible in this climate. It wasn't good. It was real bad. Real bad. I wish we had some good roller coasters here. We don't. You like roller coasters?
Yeah, I like them.
I'm not a fan of them.
Oh man, I kind of enjoy them. Water slides and stuff. It is pretty fun.
Water slides I don't mind, but nah, I'm not a fan of roller coasters. I think for me it's because, and people say this to me, well, you ride motorbikes. I'm in control then. On a roller coaster, you're not in control.
No. On top of that, you don't want to be like behind the person who throws up. You ever see those pictures where like it somehow froze it? I went in this one. It was called the T Express. It was in Korea. It wasn't that far from my place actually, and they had like a knockoff Disneyland. And that knockoff Disneyland, even like they'd have like their own characters that just never really were popular. I don't know how, but like if you look at the face, like the plastic part of the face, it just looked like complete cutout of Mickey Mouse, maybe modified. Anyway, they had this thing. T Express was for T-Mobile, which was a Korean mobile phone internet provider. And I remember going down that whole thing. I got the front car. I was just like, holy shit, going down that. And the picture, like, like they got the picture. I wish I had it. I wasn't going to pay them like $30 for this stupid picture. But in hindsight, I probably should have. And they, but like other people, they're like, hey, I really like this. And I'm there like, and it's just, man, I was not.
That's where the guitar face comes from.
I don't know where it comes from. A guitar face is like the. It's like that. That's when I'm focused. I was told I need to stop doing
that's
that.
What we need a Bauer guitar face T-shirt.
Oh my God. I need to release my new song, number 2. Merch would be cool, but I don't know if I'd really sell too much of it. Couple shirts, maybe, but I don't know if it'd be how it really go. I don't have any designs or nothing. Drummer once threw up out the car window of the highway at once. Holy shit. Oh, that is
that's a skill.
At 170 kilometers an hour. Maybe that's why he's throwing up. Maybe he should slow down a little bit. That's just terrifyingly quick.
Yeah, I've got a couple of songs. One's well, everything by the vocals are recorded. I just need to add some lyrics to it. Most of the lyrics are written. The other one, it's in demo form at the minute. So that just needs recording. So I'll get them out in the next sort of couple of months. And get a certain Jennings in to do the artwork for one of them at least.
There was Shroom Mead, Mike. I see they're talking about the Shroom Mead.
It's up and it's live, Gary. The website is up and it's live.
I thought this one song recorded minus vocals. Then my bass GI sounded like shit, so I got to go back and do that, and that's not going to be happening in the next probably at least week. And then I was told you should probably redo most of your solos again too. It's like I just feel like I'm gonna shorten part of the verse up. I don't know. Maybe I should just go sit there and re-record the whole thing. I mean, at this point, but I'm working with the vocalist, and she had an idea. I'm like, nah, let's do it like this. And I kind of just showed her what I was thinking, and she's like, oh my God, that's helping so much. And now, so I know she's working on lyrics and stuff. So it's really just to get this thing moving along. It's just things are behind. I'm working on a cover right now, really a pop cover, but it's in metal with a guy as well. Cool. And I'm kind of overseeing that one, and he's an awesome dude. And I felt so bad. I had to be like, the drums don't have the build up right for this cover right yet. So like, let's do it like this. But some of the other parts, he played very well, but it's just like, I'm trying to keep with the vibe of the build up in this where I'm going. I'm like, that's not punk rock this right yet. And basically, so, but he's busy. We're both busy. But yeah, that dude, he's awesome. One of the other guys I've met online that I talk to all the time. Pretty cool. Been hanging out with a couple people that I know from on the internet tomorrow too. So
I've been messing about last day or two with the guys at Ugriton, whatever you call them. They've just put out their new drum library.
Oh yeah.
And I've been messing about with that, and the sort of piece I've written for that's got sort of punk rock vibes to it.
That's pretty cool. Songwriting though can be hard. It takes time to get anything out. I feel bad. Like,
I mean, Christ. I mean, some songs just come together so easily.
Oh,
I mean,
they do. I know.
I think the quickest I've written a full song were actually the Yorkshire Stomp. That start to finish took me an hour. Top
nice.
To write it anyway, and then some songs just take months and months.
Oh God, I've sat around for a while. I'm like, what do I do with this? The old track I had, Black as Winter. It started off really. I had the idea, and then I couldn't figure it out. And when I moved into this place, and it was like, oh hey, I know what I can do with this now. It was cool. I was able to finish some things as soon as I had the freedom.
On that website, Darth, but it's a separate site for the merch. It's on Teespring. Yeah,
songwriting. I don't know. I have other ideas kicking around. One of the things I was thinking of doing, although it's always just ends up just being thinking. I had some ideas for things that I like the Lord of the Riffs that I did with you. Yeah. I really liked that one.
Yeah, and it's totally different melody. All right, Mike. Catch you later, buddy.
See you later,
Mike.
Yeah,
and I like. I would be cool to do an EP of expanded versions of those. Like I really like this one, but I had a Sunday with Ola that I did back around the 1st of November. That was really cool too. I really liked it. I called it Ghosted, and thought that was cool. And I've had some ideas. Like it just, getting them done and doing everything else. Sometimes it's like, do you do videos or do you music? It's like tough. And I'm kind of like,
this is it. Yeah.
I need to be in presentation mode right now. So like I did a video last night, which goes live Tuesday when I'm away. I'll be back that day anyway, but I did a video then. I did a video last night. I'm on the stream tonight. So, because I got to do an actual legit presentation come up on Monday, and I've been presenting a lot. So doing the YouTube thing is kind of helping me keep in that groove and keep talking.
No, I get that. No, I was same last year. Like that's why I cut it back from 2 videos per week back down to 1 video per week, because I just weren't finding time to write music and do other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's time like you just gotta sing into practice. There's times where I sit down, like I don't talk and do mixing a whole lot, but when I sit there and do it, I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
But there's times where like I get frustrated as hell with it too. But it's like, oh, as I was like about 2 weeks ago when I was doing the Lord of the Rifts one, although I had a little too much low end in that, and it was not mixed or done well, but it was but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, all the time. I mean, I don't know about you, but there's sometimes that, you'll have this cool riff and then you'll try and put other riffs with it and they're just not working. And then you'll come back to it a day later and your riffs are coming out like that.
Maturity in songwriting is when you have a really sick riff, but you realize that it's not fitting your song and you axe it.
And just put that riff to one side and come back to it another day.
And even if you don't use that again, but you got to like serve the song.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with Darth Gamer. First 20 seconds of the song will be whether I play or turn it off. You know, I'm trying to like pay attention to music that catches my ear these days. And I mean, for the longest time, everything for me was like it had to be guitar music with shredding. Not necessarily, but I've liked a lot of stuff over time. And I still like a lot of that. Still love pop punk. I still like these things. But it's like if a certain song has kind of caught my attention, it's like and I think like, well, why is this one catching my attention? But yet I'm here playing guitar shit. But what am I listening to? What makes this different? What makes this something that I like to listen to, and why not this other thing? And sometimes that's what I'm trying to pay attention to. Like there's some songs I like that have hardly any guitar in them, just because.
Yeah, sometimes you just like a song just because it's got a catchy riff to it.
Yeah, it's a riff.
It could be the
vocal.
Like we'll go back to say Pantera Walk, the most simplest riff you could write, but it's fucking catchy as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You get into Pantera. Now we're getting into guitar music and actual good music, though. Yeah. Well, that's like the melding of like two things right there. Too, you getting like I'm Broken and some different riffs. Floods. I think that outro is just so good. Some of those things, but yeah, there's just some songs that sometimes it's like, why is this one catching me? There's a band I found last week. I don't know if they're really a Lee thing, but I won't ever assume. But they're called Beartooth. I'm like, I've always been hearing about this band called Beartooth.
In that Fluff's band, or it's a band that Fluff been involved with.
I think they're a band that Fluff likes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I've heard Fluff mention
them. Yeah, I
feel like that side of North America would love that for some reason. I don't know. Like Fluff to me sounds like he's like grunge, but not quite grunge. Like he grew up with like those riffy kind of stuff. You can kind of tell because he's not a lead player at all.
No,
he's not really the metal guy per se.
No, he's not an out and out metal guy. Say like Ola.
Oh, Ola's straight up, Swedish metal though. I mean, he plays with The Haunted. He's done gigs with At the Gates.
Yeah, it's
a different style. Fluff sounds more like it was grunge, but like I know one of Fluff's bands that he really liked was Brand New. And I remember when I first heard them, there's a few songs I don't think I liked a ton of it, but I had a song I remember hearing that was like, shit, that is really good. some of those bands that were kind of like, they weren't metal. They didn't really play leads and stuff. They were kind of like punk, but not really punk.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it. A lot of it probably got slumped into emo and that kind of stuff as well. They probably got a lot of tours with those kind of bands back in the 2000s.
That were another thing I never got into emo.
You know what? And not to sound mean, but you were probably just a hair too old.
Probably.
Because the people who were younger, like there's some people at my age that liked it, but the kids that were 4 years younger than me they'd eat that up.
Yeah.
They'd eat that a lot.
You see, Lee, we're old.
Yeah. I know. Old.
It's true, though. It is. It is an age thing.
Yeah.
It varies with, what you grow up with as well.
Lee, I see you said something to Lisa. So it's buying himself a new present. But Lisa, you can tell him that he can't play it today. You're like, play your own guitars. You have enough of them.
Oh, that's the shittest excuse I've ever seen, mate. Right?
Yeah. As for like what emo and stuff, and that came out, like I remember when Taking Back Sunday was kind of kicking around. I remember asking somebody if they liked them. Nobody at school who knew who they were. But
yeah.
2 to 3 years later, people were listening to them because they were a lot bigger. And once the mainstream pushed them more here, those people listened to listened to that kind of stuff because the mainstream told them it was cool.
Yeah, I saw that as well, Mike. Big G's, he's getting himself out there.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Who's Big G? I'm trying to think who's Big G.
He's another one of our friends. He's come from sort of the vaping community, but he's into his rock and metal as well.
Okay.
And he's got a channel he puts some of his music on his Big G channel, but he's also got another channel called is it One Man Stands. That's where he puts a lot of his music on. That's his music project.
Smashing started in the grunge period, but now some people consider them prog. That's an interesting thought. I've never heard of that, but I've never heard that one before.
I wouldn't. No,
I call them alt rock.
I wouldn't consider Smashing prog.
No way. Not in my opinion, anyway.
Evanescence, yeah, that would have been a band that would have got people into metal for sure, especially like younger, more impressionable minds where you didn't hear like the other stuff. That was
impressionable male teenagers looking at Amy Lee.
Yeah, and anytime I hear pretty much all Evanescence, I'm just like, nah, can't really do it. They don't do it for me. There was a band kind of like them though, maybe not totally like them, but they kind of remind me of the same kind of thing from Italy called Lacuna Coil.
Oh, Lacuna Coil, yeah, know them.
Yeah,
they had some good stuff.
They had some cool stuff for sure. Back, like I think it was like a Comalis and some of those albums back then. They were cool. They've been around a long time.
Oh yeah,
they are not a young band. Christina Scabia, she just sounds wicked. Everybody probably knows their cover of Enjoy the Silence, but they had some cool songs in there too. Remember like when Our Truth and some of those ones were kind of coming out when I was kind of learning more of like what else is out there in music. It's like that was a cool song, man. Our Truth.
I think they've been around since mid-90s, aren't they?
Very, very likely. Probably toured a long time, not making a lot of money on small little club shows. Yeah, we always think these bands, they got it easy now. They get these big shows. Yeah, and they probably played like 1,000 like shows that were just absolutely like sometimes to probably next to nobody and opening for bands you never heard of. So see.
It's an interesting spin on it. I'll give you that. Calling them prog. Well, prog rock was sort of a period of. It was a period in sort of late 70s, where
that sort of mid to late 70s, weren't it? Really, prog.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see them as that. I still really like some Smashing Pumpkins. One of my favorite songs with them is Perfect. I think that
was a good track.
The video was really cool too. I was only maybe 10, 11 and we had cable at that point.
It's probably an age thing again. It's another band I never got into. But out of the bands of that sort of early era that I didn't mind were actually Cold Chamber.
I remember. I don't know them very well, but there's a song I kind of liked from that area. From that era. It was called "Not Falling" by Mudvayne.
Oh, Mudvayne, yeah, I remember them.
I remember there was another band they were called. I don't remember what their name was, but they did a song called "Bodies."
Oh yeah,
Let the bodies hit the
floor. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember the name of the band, but yeah, I know the band you mean.
Well, sorry.
It's gonna drive me insane. I don't know why. Bodies, Drowning Pool.
Drowning Pool, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Maiden Priest is. Those are bands that I really like. Thin Lizzy's not too bad. I don't mind Thin Lizzy. I don't know them very well, but they were a big band. Out in the Fields with Phil and Gary Moore.
Yeah.
And that's a cool song. That's like almost like what power metal kind of was at the time.
Yeah.
Funny, he's a blues guy. It was playing like that kind of stuff, and it was wicked. That song's just awesome. Here's a band for you. Did you guys like power metal?
Some.
Lost Horizon from Sweden. Ever hear them? They did a song called Highlander. It was 12 minutes, but it's just epic. Try a band called Ackercoke. I know who that band is. I've definitely listened to Ackercoke before.
I'm willing to try any music.
Oh yeah.
I'll always listen to it.
I remember listening to Highlander like a number of times, like a number of years ago, not that many years ago. I was like, man, this sounds so good. You ever find a song so good by a band, but you don't know anything else by them? You're afraid if I click the next song, it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as good as this one. And this was the polar opposite of what happened. I remember there was one sitting there. It was called Think Not Forever. And it kept getting suggested.
I remember Lars Rocket.
Kept getting suggested. And I hummed and hawed about it. Never clicked it. I finally clicked it. I'm like, oh my God, this song is just as amazing as the other one. Like the whole album, it's called Flame to the Ground Beneath, is just so good. Love it. Bandmade. I know who Bandmade is.
Yeah.
Oh man, Japan has some interesting ones. There was a thrash band from Japan that I used to watch over in Korea, and then they would go tour. They were called Survive. There was a really good song they did. It was called "Nothing Left on My Path." That was a wicked song.
Dragon Force. Yeah.
Okay. I
don't dislike them. I'll say that I don't dislike them.
I have a few Dragon Force opinions. Okay, so Dragon Force was a band that I found right when I was about 18. I remember there used to be this when Google Video. Remember Google Video, guys?
Oh Christ, yeah, just
yeah. So there was Google Video, and I remember being just out of high school, and there was these videos called Guitar Suck. And what they were was just compilations of like different shredders. It could be like there was a whole different group of shredders back in 2006 than there are like now. It was like there's a whole new generation of players. You never heard of Polyphia? They didn't exist. Steve Vai was still the shit, Joe Satriani. Yeah. There was all these other guys out there, Dave Maritone, all this stuff. But one of the videos that ended up on there was Through the Fire and Flames, but they only played this clip. It was just clips, and it was just the solos. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it's awesome. And I didn't know. I thought it was just an instrumental band because I was kind of really into like Vi and Satch at the time. And I was like, I don't know what this is. And it's like, I want to check it out. So I'm like, who is this? It's called Dragon Force. I looked it up. I'm like, oh my God, it has vocals and they're not screaming. And it's like, I was like, this is exactly what I want to listen to. And I was so into it. And then I was over it. Guitar Hero 2 wasn't out yet. And anyway, people didn't know what the fuck Dragon Force was. I went to a store asking for their CD and it wasn't even in the catalog here. And then once Guitar Hero 2 hit, that was a household name. Yeah. Everybody loved them. And I was kind of like, wait, these guys are Studio Force. They were playing everything at like half speed. The drums sound programmed as hell on those old records.
Yeah.
And like their earlier ones, but they wrote decent songs. Like they could write songs. The problem with Dragon Force back then is they got way too drunk. They could not play their shit live. They weren't miming it. They just literally couldn't fucking play. Yeah. There's a video. I don't know if I could ever find it again. I don't know if it's still online, where somebody caught them miming live recently. And I don't go to see a band to miming. I understand like music videos and different things. But they mimed it. There's one point where I don't know why Sam Toteman's hat falls off his head and he's supposed to be playing a solo, but you see him stop playing, but you still hear a solo playing.
Yeah.
And he picks up his hat. It's like, dude.
No. I mean, the whole backing track thing for me is a no. I get it where it's like, say, a 4 or a 5 piece band where it's just guitars, bass, drums, and a singer, and they've got a keyboard part in the song. Then, yeah, I get why they've got a backing track for that. That's fair enough. But when it's just bands miming to backing tracks, nah.
Yeah, and now one thing, like when I've played before by myself, I would write a backing track that sometimes like, okay, I want to have another guitar doing this, but sometimes like you'd have to record that other part because there's no other player on the stage. It was just me, so you had to do it. But I always made sure that the parts that you see me playing is what's actually happening there. Yep. And you work and you play, and you hit them, make the mistakes, you miss the harmonics, you do whatever, exactly. And half of them don't notice anyway.
Yeah.
I know Evergrade does not.
That's the good thing about playing original music live. People don't know when you fuck up.
No, exactly. Oh no, that's just the jazz section, guys. There's freeform jazz. It was pretty common to play out of key notes and out of tune bends. Yeah. Sometimes you just miss the whole sweep, but that is just part of freeform jazz. And then we just come back to the easy power chord part.
Yeah. You played the wrong note. It's jazz. Okay.
Yeah, fuck off. Can you play the right note? Yeah, bro. I can play the right note. I can play Wonderwall. Get bros. And, you know, I should watch saying that.
Here's a question for you. How many times have you been into a music store or a guitar store and somebody's playing fucking Wonderwall?
Honestly, not that much.
Nah.
I can't even recall time. I don't even go into a store too much. I might tomorrow. No, but I can tell you a lot of times when I've seen a cover band, what do they play? Wonderwall.
Wonderwall or Enter Sandman.
Oh no, there's another one here. That's for the more rock metal bands, but there's like some of them. But even the acoustic guys still play Wonderwall. But what they'll do is they'll play a song called Wagon Wheel by Old Crow Medicine Show, and it's spin me around like a wagon wheel. It's like the worst thing is like, you know, the next fucking song's gonna be Sweet Caroline. You just want to die. You need a lot of liquor. You know what? Maybe here's a conspiracy theory. They get bands like this to play at clubs, these little bars. So you hate the music so much, but you want to stay because there's girls and stuff. But you can't stand the music, so you buy more drinks to forget the pain.
Of
the music.
Been there, done that.
But yeah, it's you think you'd be banned like Stairway to Heaven. So Gary's talking about Stairway to Heaven. I did hear this one at a music store once years ago. Two of the employees when they were trying to say how Stairway to Heaven is like the perfect song and stuff, and I was like, I should have taken every guitar and played Stairway fucking wrong for the next 20 minutes. Yeah, you might want to regret saying you're gonna start regretting saying that. Wouldn't it be funny? We should have a video someday if we ever meet up where we go to stores and just play Stairway to Heaven on every guitar, but very poorly and sometimes not in the same keys. See how long it takes for them to drive them insane. Hey, can I try that amp out? Well, I don't know if I like the tone of this one. It's like, do you know any other songs? No. I've learned like 2 songs and I forgot the other one.
I'll tell you what happened to me in a music shop once. It was when I was, you know, that purple Schecter I've got.
Yep.
I was trying that out. I was playing one of my own riffs. And then all of a sudden, from the other side where all the basses were, another guy started playing that same riff.
Nice.
Oh, that cool.
Did you notice? Was it on purpose?
I don't know.
I hope it was, because to me, you know what NAMM would be like if we ever make it to NAMM someday. It'd be like this. I just picture this like wannabe show off sweep picking show. But you get like a ton of them. It just sounds like a swarm of flies. It'd be horrible.
He's here.
Hey,
right,
what's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
You missed the story, man. I was telling the story about the time I drank Colt 45.
Here's a suggestion for you. If we all ever get to NAMM, that's where we ought to all film loads of the riffs at NAMM.
Oh my god, that would be a cool idea. That would be really cool. I don't know how we'd ever get that to work, but that'd be neat. Yeah, it'd be a neat collaboration. I'd want to be in on that. That would be a lot of fun. Oh, Darth Gamer's off the bed, but good night, dude. During COVID, so we couldn't really approach.
All right, Darth. Catch you later, buddy.
Afro Man without the afro. I don't think I'm as smooth as that Afro Man. I think he has some like suave to him. I am not charming. I'm not charming. I did. What's the song? He's like, because I got high, and I don't even really do that. So, yeah, you did witness that in real life. He was there. It was at his mom's house. And
come on, Nick. We need the dirt. Give us the dirt.
I think I told you what most of the dirt was. I'm pretty sure I said exact. I mean, there's probably some memories of other shit happening, but oh man, I'm such a fiddler. I'm like got a clothespin and like a camera mount for a tripod. I'm here like playing with this thing because I just cannot sit still. It's just what I'm doing off camma. I'm a fidgeter, man.
What do you do with that clothespin? Is entirely up to you. We will not judge you.
Hey, now.
We may start some rumors.
Oh my god! I think that footage has gone into the abyss, though. But if you do have it, I'd like to see it. I do have a video.
To see it.
I have a video somewhere. I'm not going to get into the story, but it's because it's just out of privacy purposes. But I have a drunk video that I bet would have been a viral-ish enough video back around like 2010, 11 had I posted it. But I'm not going to get into the story, but I guarantee you it would have probably done well on the internet. But I cried laughing at it the first few times, but it's just, I can't, it'll never see the face of the internet ever. I'm pretty sure I know where it is, actually. I could probably still dig it up, but we don't need to, it doesn't need to come out. Another person got me into rock was listening to Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of Hendrix.
Yeah, I like Hendrix. Yeah, Hendrix is cool, man. Sometimes we watch those videos with my dad. He puts them on YouTube. And I enjoy Hendrix. There's lots of things I enjoy, actually. I like Rush. I like Rush quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, we've just got me dad hooked up with a new satellite box, and it's got YouTube. He's one of the apps on there, and he's never off fucking YouTube now.
Yeah, my dad, once I got him onto YouTube, that was it. He watches all kinds of stuff on there. Not me, but... That's okay. I don't need to watch.
When we were over there one night, he started watching this one video, and it was this guy building a log cabin from scratch. I don't know if it was in Canada or in the US. Anyway, fucking 2 hours into this video, he's still building this fucking log cabin. And he must have gone through at least 4 winters.
Yeah. That's funny. Dad had a video on today. I'm thinking... I mean, I guess he likes the story or what the guy was talking, but literally it was just the guy aiming his camera at the floor at his 2 guns. and it was just him talking to both them, but no production, like at all, like zero. Like these guys, they make a video and they have absolutely zero concept of how to make a video.
Yeah.
Where like me and you learn to make a video, you know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about learning to make
I can tell you one thing, yours are a million light years ahead of this dude's videos. This guy, I don't think he cared. He just kind of like made a video. I've seen some of them, like these guys that make a video, and this is how I originally did it too. I think we all did this, where you set the camera up and you use the audio from the camera, but the microphone's way over there.
Yeah.
So it's like this big distance and stuff. Anyway, it's like, holy crap, some of you guys need to like learn a video production. They're probably like, we can't learn video production. We don't have time for that shit. And, you know,
hey, there's no wrong with your stuff, Nick.
Nah, your videos are fine, man. For like the ones you do, like just playing guitar. At least you like have actual audio tracks. Hey, you know what? Here's one for you. What are your guys' thoughts on camera audio guitar videos in 2023? Comment section can talk too if they want.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Me, I mean, these days you can buy a cheap microphone and a cheap audio interface, and you're going to get far better sound than camera audio.
Yeah, you will.
So,
I mean, Reaper, what's Reaper? $60?
Yeah, 60 US. Cheap. Best all you can get for cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's full featured. I'm used to it.
I mean, sometimes I'll use, say, the microphone audio for, say, the room sound.
Yeah, I do that some.
But when I'm micing a cab up, I've got two mics on the cab. I mean, my interface, the interface, the microphone, the original version of Studio one I got, and a set of headphones cost me £140. It's not a lot of money these days.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Matt?
No, I don't think you have to need. You don't need to be spending thousands out. A lot of people use digital SLR cameras for cameras, which I own digital SLR cameras. I don't bother using it. I just use a Logitech 920 because by the time you've rigged a digital SLR up and you put all the production in, if you're doing lives, it's not worth it. It really isn't worth all the hassle.
It sure is, bloke. It sure is.
If you put 4K input into YouTube drop it down straight away. You lose half of that because they compress it all. The same with audio. They compress your audio anyway, which is even worse for music tracks.
Yeah.
The amount you lose on an audio track, it's terrible.
Yeah. So I'm seeing like video editing. Video editing is a lot of work.
It is
absolutely a lot of work. And I mean, I know because I've done it a lot, like Lee, and like some others that we know. We've spent a lot of time there. That's what I used free other interface in Reaper. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I did a video 3.5 years back where everything I used on that track were free. Free drums, free amp sims, free bass amp sim. In fact, I might even revisit that at some point.
You should. So here's like where like I was kind of thinking with this discussion, because I was kind of just interested to hear, and I'm with you guys 100%. Because I like producing like a good video as well. That's what I use. DaVinci's apparently pretty good. I use Premiere.
That's what I use. That's what I've used for the last.
Paid for Premiere for another year, and I should really consider. Am I going to go Apple in another year or what for video? Because you can kind of just like buy the box. I don't know. Is there anything? I have this PC. I got a video card. It works, and it's fine. I can work in 4K. Premiere is expensive. I'm just used to it at this point. Like I can sit there and I can fire something together. Stuff. I mean, I've used my video skills, just like even at my day job at this point.
Yeah.
So, and like presenting and all that stuff. And it helps a lot, like doing this YouTube thing. Either way, to talk about camera, audio, videos and stuff. Like, so one guy that I think absolutely blows people out of the water, and all his videos are camera audio, was Eating Cave Evan. You know him?
No, I've not seen
Eating
him.
Cave. He is a monster player. And I asked him once about this. I said, how come you always just do camera audio, but he still has like thousands of followers on there? He goes, and he says, well, I used to properly record them and everybody said I was fake. So he just said, screw it. It's like, because he was just so good. They're like, I don't think you're faking this, man. You're just miming. Well, it turned out he was never miming it. He was always legit, but he just said to avoid it, he just uses his phone audio. So I used to be a person after a while. I was like, in 2019, blah, 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 you shouldn't really be doing camera audio videos. It doesn't make a difference. Or it's like people want production, and they do.
Yeah.
They still say they do. And they always will. But, I think that there's actually room for some camera audio BS for small things, because ever so often, like I'll post them in stories, like just to show like I'm doing something else. They're usually fun. Sometimes they take a few takes to get something right enough, but they're not produced well. I try to turn the volume down of the song a little bit there, just record it with the phone, just nothing special. And sometimes I do a video like that and it gets like 2,000 freaking views.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I get a lot of interaction from some of these things. So stories is a good spot for camera audio stuff, but sometimes I just put them up as like a reel or a short on YouTube. I'm not on TikTok. Are you on TikTok, Lee?
No, I keep playing with the idea of setting up a TikTok and just putting some shorts on there just to. So I've advertised the channel, but I've not done it yet.
I don't know. I'm just still like, I don't want more socials. I try to back off from Facebook.
Yeah.
Just because it's just
toxic.
So much. Yeah, well, I mean, it is. It's funny. Somebody's like, I said, like, all I ever found was politics stuff. Like, it is what the feed shows you what you want to see, right? Like, thinking she's so fucking smart. And it's thinking, like, well, fuck, it pushes it anyway. Like, it's some of those people that I actually know doing this. Like, it's not that I'm interacting with them. It's like, somebody always has to be fucking smarter than you, what I'm saying? Yeah. I swear Facebook pushes it because there's a lot of interaction on those posts because I don't like this and I like this and blah, blah, blah. And I just don't really give a shit. But I find like stepping back from that helps a lot, just not being on there. So it's just, but more social media is kind of like what I want to do. And TikTok looks addictive as hell.
Yeah, we know one or two people that's addicted to TikTok.
I'm not a fan of TikTok, I must admit, personally. I think it's the only thing more toxic than TikTok is probably Twitter.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I think Twitter is very much people go on there purely to when the elections were going on in the States, it was all about Trump is this, Trump is that, blah 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 blah. It got so toxic. People were threatening to kill each other, and all right, you don't like Trump, you do like Trump, but you don't need to threaten to kill each other.
Yeah, exactly. Twitter, I don't really go on Twitter much. I never really connected with that platform.
I didn't.
I have it, but I don't connect with it.
Yeah, I've got a Twitter account, but
the only thing I do on Twitter is just spam my videos out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
for the most part. Yeah. TikTok, I don't know. I'm Facebooking them know too much too. It's weird what some of these apps seem to know about you.
Yeah.
I've
got the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's all I've basically got. I
mostly live on Instagram though when it comes to social media. And sometimes too much of that. I haven't gone on it since we've been in this chat. But there's reels on there that I share people all the time, this bullshit that I find on the internet. So That's usually people send me things there. So like generally speaking, I'll go and look there because I just generally enjoy it. I don't I don't necessarily love Instagram. I think I just like the interaction with people.
Yeah, there's some good stuff on Instagram. I mean,
there's good stuff on TikTok too, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
There's some great stuff on there. It's just I don't want more.
I speak to
for the moment.
Deaf World. I speak to him a lot on
yeah. Where's he been tonight? Is he popped by the stream?
No, he's not popped on it. I did tell him.
He sent me a message a while back asking me something, but I had to tell him I had to Google it because I really didn't know the answer to give him. I like Deaf World though; he's a nice dude.
He's a good kid, and he's into old school thrash metal as well. So that's always a good sign.
Yeah. I was telling you, my old school metal listening right now is Nocturnus.
Oh, Nocturnus
and Pestilence, because they're just
I love Pestilence.
Like
Testimony of the Ancients. What a great album that is.
Yeah, I'm listening to what I think is called. I'll tell you in a second what the album is called. Where's my on repeat? There's one. I want to say the Spheres is what it's called.
Spheres, yeah, I know that album.
It's a weirder.
I don't know it.
Yeah, it's a weird album, and that's how I found Nocturnus. And like, what is this cool song? And it was Arctic Crypt. It's like, man, this sounds wicked. And I played the first 2 live gigs ever.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Turple told me to check out this Pestilence album. Like, man, this is really good. And then I found Nocturnus, and that was really cool. Really liked them.
Yeah, I remember Nocturnus from back in the day.
I'm gonna be cool and promote my friend Rick Galvez's album. He has a new album. His band is called Malice Divine.
Divine, cool.
Yeah, and his album is called Everlending Ascendancy. And if you like black metal with some modern production, he does an awesome job.
Oh,
check
cool.
it out. I'd say
check that one out as well.
You should also check out his song. Well, he has a few songs that are out there now off this one. Silence Judgments are cool one. That's the first one. It's the second album. He has another playthrough that Daryl V edited of Apparitions of Conquest.
All right.
I really like the song Parasitic Demons. Yeah, me, Daryl, and Rick hung out last summer, which is really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, but that's a good album. Yeah, Malice Divine does rip. And that's really cool. You play with Pestilence for first few gigs. That's really neat. Are you in the U.S. block Del?
No, he's in Netherlands.
Okay. Maybe they're not an American band. I don't know. I don't know where Pestilence from.
I don't mind piano and synths in metal, to be honest.
Yeah, if it's done right.
Obviously, it depends on the song.
I mean, I can't say anything. My Lord of the Riffs had piano and synths in it, so
I'll put synths in some of my stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a MIDI controller to kind of get back into doing that, to just add more, and so just being guitar, just add more dynamic to music. I am all about piano and synth and metal. I mean, listen to Arcturus. Like, they have a pianist, a keyboardist, and some of that was really cool. Dimmu Borgir. A lot of those bands had piano players in them. Yeah.
Well,
alive, they have full orchestras on with them.
Yeah.
For me, it depends on the song.
Yeah.
That song.
If it fits the song, then I'm all for it.
I'll go for it.
Yeah. And
you listen to, say, Fear Factory. They've got plenty of synths in their tracks.
Yeah. Like Resurrection, I can think of that right now.
Yeah.
That's off, I think, Obsolete. I think it was the last track on Obsolete, and that was an awesome track. Well, they had samples and stuff going on too. Yeah. Like, because of like Shock and some of those songs. It was pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I haven't checked that band out yet. I will definitely check them out for sure. Mr. Crowley. Yeah. So,
it works. It creates an atmosphere.
Oh, check them out. Like a bit of stoner rock. Yeah, Pestilence were a Dutch band originally.
I don't know if they're a Dutch band or not. Textures was a band. They were from one of those countries over there. I think maybe the Netherlands. I think this might be where they're from. Textures was a band I thought was wicked. They have a new band now. They call themselves Crown Compass, but Textures was like a Bart. I don't know how to say his name. There was a few members of that, but they had a wicked vocalist at the end. And this guy, I follow him on Instagram. Hardly has he has like maybe a few more followers than me, but he played in I think a few bands. But he played in Textures, and man, Joe Tal's his name. Man, can that dude rip? It's all like proggy kind of stuff, and really, really like what he does. He's cool. Really, really like that music. Oof, I'm looking at the time here. I'm gonna soon have to. I'm gonna have to go and do a few things.
I think we've been going 2.5 hours. Yeah, so I think we'll call it at that.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. It was great hanging out with both of you. I like this. This is cool. I think the last time we did this, I was there like, I am tired, guys. I am sorry. Peter thought I was going to blow my Kemper up, and it didn't. It still works great.
Cool. So, thanks to everybody for coming along in chat. Thanks for Brian and Matt coming along again.
Yeah, no, I quite enjoy this. This was great.
Yeah. I'll have to do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
So I definitely plan. I know me and Matt have been planning to do more live streams as and when we can.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Thanks everybody for coming, and we'll catch you later.
Right. See yous. Like, subscribe, click the. Oh no, I got to do my own one out.